This is a Disaster Central special report. My name is David Velo, reporting in from Houston, Texas, with an important announcement, a huge announcement. The Supreme Leader of Iran has been confirmed killed in the attacks that happened earlier this morning, or if you're watching the Middle East, earlier this afternoon. This has been confirmed through Channel 12 News. This has also been confirmed through the AP and Reuters. Apparently, video of the discovery has been confirmed and has been sent to the Prime Minister of Israel, in which he is observing everything as we speak. For those that are coming on, for those that are just tuning in, this is an important announcement. The Supreme Leader of Iran, Khamenei, has been confirmed killed in the attacks. That were in the joint operation between Israel and the United States. This has just been confirmed moments ago. This is also this comes after over 201 people were killed in the explosions that are this conflict that has happened today. This has been confirmed through multiple sources. CBS News has now just reported that the Supreme Leader of Iran has been killed. AP and Reuters are also now confirming it. Celebrations are now beginning to form in Iran as well. Or not in Iran. Celebrations in Israel have begun. So the news of the year so far is that the Iranian Prime Minister and Supreme Leader have been killed. This has been confirmed by the AP and has been confirmed by Reuters. There are celebrations in Tel Aviv that are taking place right now as this news just broke. These strikes happened earlier this morning, or earlier this afternoon, happened at midnight around Central Time in Houston, Texas. These strikes happened, and we just confirmed, this has just been confirmed by Channel 12 and CBS, as well as the Associated Press, that the joint military operation between Israel and the United States has led to the death of Khamenei. For those tuning in, we are continuing to monitor big time news that is coming straight out of Iran, or out of Tehran, where the AP, Reuters, CBS, and ABC are now confirming that the Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has been eliminated or killed in the U.S.-Israeli airstrikes. He was targeted in Tehran. This would explain why. This would also explain why his press conference, which was supposed to start approximately 4 hours ago, did not happen. He has been confirmed killed. The biggest news of the year. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send them in the chat. I'll be here to answer them for you and read them for you. But again, the biggest news story of the year is that the Iranian Supreme Leader, Khamenei, has been killed in the attacks that happened overnight in Iran. It is currently dark in the Middle East, and it is currently a lot of emotions that are running through in a lot of these countries. But the overall story still, nonetheless, is that he was killed in the airstrike operation that was done in a joint operation with the United States Air Force and the Israeli Air Force, where multiple officials, including the defense minister, and perhaps rumors that the president of Iran was also killed in these airstrikes as well. Multiple targets, nonetheless. Reuters or Politico is saying that they had no choice, but they had to do it. That was their quote end quote. Iran's defense minister and IRGC and military commanders have also been killed. Senior Trump official says that the U.S. offered Iran free nuclear fuel forever. The Iranians did not accept that. Um, but the biggest news story is that the second Trump administration, this is from, I think, Wall Street Journal, a senior Trump administration official said, if we sat back and waited to get hit first, the amount of casualties and damages would have been substantially higher. It's what they're saying right now. Biggest news story. It is without a doubt the biggest news story of the year, and very historic for multiple reasons. But nonetheless, the supreme leader has been killed. That is the news. And for those tuning in, wondering what is going on, what you're looking at right now, you're looking at a live stream through Cranophonics, our partners at Cranophonics, who are saying you're looking at the Middle East, cameras from the Middle East. You're looking at the IDF headquarters. You're looking at Bahrain. And once I remove the headline bar, I can show you the rest of these locations. You're also taking a look at Doha, Qatar on the bottom, and you're looking at Dubai through a live stream there on the bottom left and right, respectively. Retrospectively. For those tuning in, Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, has been killed in airstrikes. This has been confirmed through the Associated Press. Video exists of them finding the corpse of Khamenei through, I believe, I don't know how, but video exists, and it is now being sent to the Prime Minister, and this will be publicly released according to the IDF. That is what they're saying, as of the latest information that has been provided through the media. Again, those tuning in, we're monitoring a huge situation happening, a very historic situation that has happened. Khamenei, wow, I have to read his name again. The supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ayatollah Khamenei, has been killed in Israeli-U.S. airstrikes. He was targeted in Tehran. This has been confirmed through I-24 News, Channel 12, and the AP. Coverage continues on Disaster Central. For those tuning in, we are continuing to track a very historic situation. The supreme leader of Iran has been killed in terrorist attacks, or not in terrorist attacks, what am I saying? In a joint operation between the United States and Israel, which started approximately almost now 13 hours ago. This coincides with the timeline that the supreme leader was supposed to give a statement to the public, but is now 5 hours late. The biggest news story of the year, and arguably one of the more destabilizing times, some could say. But my question to you, the viewer, is: what do you think of this? Obviously, people are going to have their opinions. But this is the latest news. for those tuning in, we're continuing to monitor the situation. You're looking now at a protest on the bottom left corner, on a protest that's taking place, I believe, in New York City, which is which is an anti-U.S. protest. I believe this was in response to America getting involved, but this is what it's looking like in New York City right now. There has been a number of officials that have condemned the strikes, but now that we have the result that a majority of people were expecting that was going to happen, the question is going to be what the reactions are going to be. Now, we don't know of any response yet. There has not been a response or an airstrike from Iran since approximately 12:38 p.m. Central Time, so about an hour and 20 minutes ago. That is the last time that we heard anything from them. The breaking news is that the Supreme Leader, Khamenei, was killed in airstrikes earlier this morning. This is one of the biggest news stories, perhaps of the decade, perhaps of the year. There's been a lot that has happened. This is a new era. That's what it is. This is a new era, and I wonder where we'll go from here. But this is what we know. One of biggest, the biggest story of the year. I don't have any words for it. Again, those tuning in, you're looking at live view of the Middle East, where right now celebrations are taking place in Israel right now, where Israel is now confirming that they have killed the Iranian Supreme Leader. This is without a doubt the biggest story of the year. Indeed, it is. And as the situation continues to escalate, we will let you know of any upcoming news. We're awaiting a press conference now. We're awaiting news. This is now an update to that statement. The Associated Free Press reports that two Israeli channels have shown the body of the Supreme Leader to Trump and Netanyahu. There are now reports that the streets in Tehran are full of people cheering. Iranians are saying on social media. The Republic of Iraq is now condemning Iran for their actions. A very massive event in terms of history. So, with that being said, I don't know specifically how many fatalities. We only know of the fatalities that were reported earlier this morning which were 200, which is what you're seeing on your graphic right now. You're seeing 200, 200 fatalities so far with over 700 injuries. But those numbers are very certainly going to rise if we give it time, or will if the airstrikes continue. This is, I think, historically, I think this is America's biggest win in terms of the Middle East that I can think of. Maybe Desert Storm, sure, but I think this is the biggest of. This is probably the biggest victory since Desert Storm for the United States, and for Israel. This is also probably the biggest win that they've had since the 1973 Arab-Israeli War. But there's much to be said.
Extraordinarily volatile and could potentially get even more so as this conflict has real possibilities of widening even further as the United States and Israel began striking major military and senior regime targets in Iran this morning. Those strikes continuing throughout the day, met by Iranian retaliation aimed not only here in Israel but also at U.S. bases in the Middle East, and also slamming into several population centers, including major cities like Dubai in the Gulf of the Middle East. It all began this morning at about 8:15 a.m. local time as sirens blared across Israel announcing a state of emergency had been declared, that Israel and the United States have begun striking Iranian targets inside of Iran. Within 2 hours, the Iranian retaliation began. That was much swifter than what we saw from Iran following Israel's surprise attack against Iran back in June. And throughout the day, Israelis have been back and forth to bomb shelters, millions of people sheltering for cover. Those ballistic missiles have largely been intercepted by Israel's air defense system throughout the day, however. Only a couple of people have been moderately injured by interception of fragments, shrapnel that has fallen as a result of some of those interceptions. And that air defense effort has, of course, been supplemented by the United States, which has provided Patriot and THAAD air defense batteries throughout the Middle East in preparation for these strikes, and has also positioned a U.S. aircraft carrier off Israel's northern coast, which can also assist with that air defense effort. But we do know that this has been a really massive series of strikes that the U.S. and Israel have carried out, and now the day capping off with this increasingly confident Israeli posture as it relates to the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and whether or not he has killed, with the Israeli Prime Minister saying that there are growing a massive kind of earthquake in Iran, and one that would ripple across the Middle East. Jessica?
Thank you.